Hello, and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. Today, my special guest is Rona Wexler, and Rona is the founder and president of the Employability Expert. So Rona, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
So happy to spend those 5 minutes with you and your audience.
Thanks. So Rona, what is the Employability Expert and what is your role at the company?
Well, as you mentioned, I founded the company. I'm president. I'm the chief or principal evaluator. I have a team behind me, including a great lead evaluator. People come to us in family law situations when there are unanswered questions that would help them settle the case, hopefully, or if necessary, would help them if they went to trial. And the questions are as follows. One spouse or the other may be underemployed, recently unemployed, which is questionable. And we want to make sure that that is in fact something that was outside their control. Has been out of work for a while, and despite their looking, can't seem to find a job. And so that's affecting their financial settlement. The other thing is, and this used to be one of the few reasons we would come in, is an individual who's been a stay-at-home parent or simply hasn't utilized their education and training in some time. And now what? What are they qualified to do? Is there any benefit to getting additional training, changing fields? How can their skills and experience transfer to something else? If so, what would it pay? And how long might it take to get there?
What do you find is the challenges that you face in your area of work?
Sometimes I'm approached to examine a field or an occupation that really is difficult to determine. So if someone wants to go into self-employment and they have no history of it, that's a rather speculative thing for me to do unless I can really approach it from looking at like businesses. The other piece is making sure I get all the documentation as early in the case as possible.
Sure.
When it comes in piecemeal and last minute, it's harder for me to do the right job. And also I could be going off in a direction that your documentation could have told me was a waste of our time and money.
So Rona, what would be the best way for another professional like myself or a prospective client to contact you?
So in that case, I encourage people to contact me as early in the case as they think necessary. They may not reapproach me again for 6 months, a year, depending on how long the divorce takes.
Sure.
Or proceeds. So the best way is my phone number is 646-335-5236. Again, that's 646-335-5236. And I'm at Rona, R-O-N-A, at, and then it's a long email address, but it works, the employabilityexpert.com.
Got it. Perfect.
And you can find me on the web and find that email address as well.
Terrific. So Rona Wexler, we have now come to the most important part of our show. And that happens to be the question of the week. So Rona Wexler, this is your question of the week. You are given the superpower to select any occupation to work at any location in the world. What job would you choose and where would you work?
I think I would have chosen, because this was my dream many years ago, to help individuals with financial literacy and financial health. It's a passion of mine. I always try and coach younger people to start doing that as early as possible. I've got some great stories about how people put away money in a 401k and didn't realize how big it had gotten in a relatively small period of time, at a young age, mind you. And if I were to choose a location, I think it would be something like Costa Rica, someplace where there's a lot of nature around, but also some civilization too. So Hawaii is always a nice place,
Sure.
more temperate climate, so to speak.
I love that answer. I love that answer.
Okay.
Well, Rona Wexler, you have said it all. You are determining the employability and earning capacity of professionals one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Bree.
Thank you, Michael. You've been a very gracious host, and I appreciate all your questions.